A jellyfish that reverses its own death. A shrimp that generates temperatures past 4,000 degrees. These are not science fiction. Evolution has produced creatures so overpowered, they broke the game entirely. And it starts with a crustacean that shattered aquarium glass with a single strike. In the late 1990s, a mantis shrimp in a public aquarium struck the tank wall and cracked thick glass in a single blow. Staff scrambled as water flooded out, all triggered by a crustacean no longer than a pencil. This wasn't a freak accident. It was a warning. The Mantis Shrimp's club is a biological sledgehammer powered by a spring-loaded mechanism that stores energy like a crossbow. When released, the club accelerates to nearly 23 meters per second, faster than a .22 caliber bullet. Impact forces have been measured at up to 1,500 newtons, enough to split mollusk shells, crush crabs, and, yes, shatter aquarium glass designed to withstand far bigger animals. But the chaos doesn't end at impact. The strike is so fast it boils the water, creating a cavitation bubble that collapses with a flash of light and a sonic shockwave. Meanwhile, the shrimp's own club survives the punishment thanks to a layered microstructure that absorbs and filters the destructive vibrations. And if that wasn't enough, the mantis shrimp sees the world through eyes with up to 16 color receptors, detecting ultraviolet and polarized light invisible to humans. Evolution didn't just build a tiny tank breaker, it handed it a set of superpowers that rewrite the rules of what small animals can do. A jellyfish the size of a pinky nail quietly rewrote the rules of life in a laboratory tank in 1996. Under a microscope, researchers watched as a fully grown Turritopsis dohrnii, in its Medusa stage, with tentacles and all, began to shrink, then collapse in on itself. Starved or injured, it triggered a hidden backup plan. The adult body dissolved into a cyst, cells shedding their old jobs and slipping back into a primordial state. Days later, the cyst sprouted stolons and reassembled itself as a polyp colony, the starting line of jellyfish life. This was not simple regeneration. It was a full biological reversal, the animal's clock winding backward, not just pausing. Laboratory tests repeated the trick. Mechanical injury, enzyme baths, even starvation could force the reset. Cultures managed up to 5 cycles, but each time, fewer jellyfish made it through. The reset is not endless. It is a loophole with limits. In the wild, predators, disease, and bad luck still win. A pistol shrimp doesn't just hunt, it detonates. This tiny crustacean, barely the length of a paperclip, wields a single oversized claw like a biological cannon. With one rapid snap, the claw slams shut at nearly 27 meters per second, firing a jet of water so fast it rips a bubble into existence. But the real danger isn't the snap itself. The bubble implodes with such violence that, for a fraction of a second, the temperature inside spikes above 4,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the sun. The pressure surge rockets past 200 atmospheres, unleashing a shockwave strong enough to stun or kill nearby prey. To the naked eye, it's just a quick pop. In slow motion, it's an underwater explosion, turning physics into a weapon. The shrimp's muscle power is only the trigger. The true devastation comes from the collapsing bubble, a split-second event that rewrites what's possible in the animal world. Evolution didn't just hand the pistol shrimp a weapon, it handed it a micro-scale supernova. A blue-ringed octopus fits in the palm of your hand, but its power is pure nightmare fuel. Iridescent rings pulse across its skin, a living hazard sign that means business. Inside, the real danger is chemical. Tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin so potent that a dose smaller than a grain of rice can stop an adult human from breathing. The weapon works by blocking sodium channels in nerves, shutting down the electrical signals that control muscles. Within minutes of a bite, numbness spreads, speech slurs, and then the body goes silent. Paralysis locks in, and the lungs simply refuse to move. There's no anti-venom, no miracle shot, only the hope of a ventilator keeping air flowing until the toxin wears off. All from a creature no bigger than a golf ball. The blue-ringed octopus doesn't need fangs or brute strength. Its rings are a countdown, and when the clock runs out, the body fails from the inside out. Evolution built a silent assassin, deadly not by size, but by chemistry. Orcas don't just rule the ocean by size, they rule it by strategy. In recent years, marine biologists tracking pods off South Africa and the Gulf of California have watched a new kind of hunt unfold from above. Sharks, even great whites, become the prey. The attack isn't a wild chase. It's a coordinated takedown. Pods move with eerie precision, isolating a single shark and forcing it to the surface. Then comes the twist, literally. Orcas flip the shark upside down, sending it into tonic immobility, a trance-like state that leaves it helpless. With the shark paralyzed, the orcas go straight for the prize, the liver. This organ is a goldmine of fat and nutrients, and orcas extract it with surgical accuracy, leaving the rest of the carcass untouched. After these attacks, shark populations vanish from the area, sometimes for months, turning once crowded waters into silent deserts. The secret weapon isn't muscle or teeth. It's a shared playbook. Each pod has its own hunting traditions, passed from mothers to calves over generations. Drone footage and years of field notes reveal pods using signature calls, coordinated positions, and even role assignments. One pod perfects the liver extraction. Another specializes in wave-washing seals off ice flows. These aren't instincts. They're learned skills, refined and inherited like family heirlooms. In the world of ocean predators, the orca's real advantage is culture, a living memory of tactics, strategies, and teamwork that keeps them one step ahead, even over rivals once thought untouchable. A barefoot runner sets out across the savannah, not for speed but for distance. The prey bolts, but the chase is relentless. Hours pass, the sun climbs, and the animal's sprint turns to exhaustion. This is persistence hunting, and it is where the human story begins. Sweat pours, evaporating faster than any other mammal, keeping the core cool while the legs keep moving. Muscles burn fat for fuel, lungs draw deep, and the brain tracks footprints, wind, and shadows. It is not the tooth or the claw that wins, it is endurance and the ability to outlast. But the real cheat code comes next. Language lets one runner tell another where the herd moved. A simple gesture, a shared word, and suddenly knowledge is not lost at nightfall. It stacks, it spreads. Stone tools turn bare hands into blades. Fire cooks food, unlocking more calories, freeing up time and energy for bigger brains. Each generation adds something new, a sharper spear, a better trap, a new way to map the stars. Science and engineering multiply every advantage, turning sticks into rockets and stories into equations. Now, humans shape the world itself. Cities rise, machines circle the planet, and data travels at the speed of light. No other animal preserves its wins, upgrades its tricks, and hands the whole package to the next player. Evolution did not just build a specialist, it built a system that accelerates, a living snowball of knowledge and invention. The game is not about a single adaptation anymore. It is about stacking every breakthrough, one on top of another, until biology itself becomes the launchpad for everything that follows. Right now, science still struggles to explain the full limits of life's wildest adaptations. As we push deeper into genetics and AI, nature keeps outpacing our imagination. The next rule breaker could be evolving as you watch. In evolution's game, the cheat codes never really end. Drop your wildest theory below.